Quick medical headlines right now. An historic travel warning for the first time ever. The CDC is issuing a travel advisory right here in the U.S. telling pregnant women and their partners not to travel to South Florida. It comes after 10 new Zika cases were just found in Miami. And haven't flossed this morning yet? Don't worry about it. The government now saying there's not really any proof that flossing even works. What? Well, how are you supposed to get it out? Just suck it out? And it might not even prevent gum disease or cavities. Good luck, gingivitis. And McDonald's unveiling a new Happier Meal. The fast food chain revamping classic menu items for people that want to eat healthier. That includes removing artificial preservatives from chicken nuggets and high fructose corn syrup from buns. The butter is replacing margarine on breakfast sandwiches. And that's all I have for you. Now this. That's plenty.
Well, history made as a skydiver leaps from a plane without a parachute.
They're off.
He's in! He was in. Luke Aikens, making history, free-falling over California. It started 25,000 feet, and he landed at 120 miles an hour in that massive net on live TV. You saw it all on Fox.
Yep, and his daredevil stunt making him the first person to jump from an airplane safely without a parachute or wingsuit. Luke and his wife Monica join us on the couch now. Luke, are you okay?
I'm okay.
You're okay?
Yes.
You landed at the edge of the net. Were you worried at all?
Let's not call it the edge, just not quite in the middle. Okay, when you jump out, who are all those other people there? I have my cousin Andy Farrington, I have my buddy Jeff Provenzano and John DeVore, and my best friends in the world, and we're just skydiving. Okay, so if something went haywire between 25,000 feet up and planet Earth, were they going to help you at any point? Is that the backup plan? There's zero chance that they could do anything once we left the plane. Really? We didn't have tandem parachutes on.
That support then? They just offered
They're just
more?
having my buddies there. You know.
Hey, we're on TV, let's jump.
Okay, so Monica, you're sitting here so quietly. What were your thoughts when your husband said, I want to drop 25,000 feet from an airplane without a parachute?
Well, we had talked about it a bunch, and when he got offered to be on this, this stunt, and we sat down for a long time and talked about it, and it's just part of what we do.
It's pretty much a yes or no answer. Do you want to do it? Don't want to do it. Now, why do you think you could do it? How did you prepare for it? I mean, the team to make this happen is unbelievable. My part was I just had to line up and get there and flip to my back at the right moment. The guys behind this thing that were built this contraption, I mean, we had the best stuntmen in Hollywood that put this thing together.
But I mean, you're measuring the wind. I mean, there is so much science that went into this jump.
That's what I really wanted people to see, was that there's a lot of crazy things people do out there and they just wing it. It's really a leap of faith. Sure. This was not that at all. It was calculated and mathematically proven before we did it. And the reason you were able to do it without a parachute is because of this giant net. Now, and you said you flipped over on your back when you hit the net. What did the net feel like? Because it looks like it boing. And describe the backup net underneath it. Well, every time I've seen it, it goes through my head over and over again. When I flipped to my back, Jim Churchman, the coordinator, told me, when you roll to your back, it's all over. You just have to tighten up and be ready for it. When I flipped to my back and the net hit, I almost can't tell you what it felt like. It was tingly all over my body, but I think it was the adrenaline. I did 2 rolls to the middle, and I was laying there and pumping my feet, and it was awesome.
Why do you feel the need to do this?
To scare your wife? No, I try to not scare her too much. It's funny, when I was walking to the airplane, my son said, "Hey, Dad, I thought you weren't going to wear a parachute." And he's 4 years old. He's like, "I thought you were going to land the net without a parachute." Because there was some drama that we were going to have to wear it, and we decided it was unsafe, so we went with it the way we did, and it was awesome.
And Monica, you want him to do more?
For sure. That's who he is.
How could you possibly outdo this? I know growing up you were a fan of Evel Knievel. You're in the back of your head, you're thinking of something. I mean, yeah, I don't think you try to top this. I think you move and do something different. I mean, this is as big as I can imagine. I do think that I heard stories back from a guy in World War II that actually jumped out of an airplane when it was on fire, and he lived in the trees in the mountains. That was kind of a story I'd heard. I don't know if it's a fact, but it was really cool to do it on purpose.
Well, I'm glad you flipped over your back. You guys would have had a harder time with makeup. All right.
Look at Monica.
Congratulations.
Thank you for joining us this
What a
morning
story.
with your story.
Thank you very much.
All
Safe
right.
travels back to Seattle. And good job, Fox, by televising.
All right,
Yeah.
coming up at one college, saying all lives matter gets you in a seat in diversity training. Does that sound right to you? Hear from an outraged student at that university next.
Plus, Donald Trump firing back at his critics and the media, doubling down on the comments he made about a Gold Star father. Rudy Giuliani joins us
There he is.
live
Jew.
in New York City wearing a summer suit on the second day of August. Donald Trump has critics?
Those people usually don't leave like that. They have them stay there and meet everybody. But wow, that was cool. Little caveat: North Island, Coronado, San Diego, California, back in the late '30s, and in that era. Well, actually earlier than that, but it was perfected by then. But turn of the century stuff, you know, some of the real barnstormers and people that you'll never hear of by name unless you research, were. There was many firsts, and one of them was the first successful parachutist, shooting paras, and and notice I said successful.